What is up, guys? Welcome back.
News.
The Scene Invaders podcast, episode 429. I am Chad. I am back this week. I'm in a new location. As you'll see, it's incredibly barren behind me, but this is going to come together over time because we are settled in our new house, and I'm so thankful for it. We have Miss Carly. Miss Carly, how are you tonight?
Great.
Good,
Happy to be back and talk about some movies, our guilty pleasures this week.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. So excited. This is a fun one. I loved this one. And Mr. Coach Dave, if you're nasty, how are you, sir?
Yes, I'm here. All is well.
All right.
Let's
Very good.
Talk some movies.
Yeah. And like Carly alluded to before I introduce Mr. Brad, we are going to, later in the show, talk about some of our favorite guilty pleasures. I think we're all on the same page with this one, that we don't actually feel guilty about any movies that we enjoy.
No, never.
No.
They're just pleasures to me, but we know what the term means, and we all got the assignment. But yeah, I just wanted to preface this by saying none of us are guilty for any of the things that we enjoy. And Brad is going to get us started tonight. And before he gets us started with what he watched this week, he has a wildly important announcement. So, Mr. Brad, please take it away, sir.
Well, thank you, Chad. And yes, actually, we do have something kind of fun and exciting and interactive if you want to play. So we're having a contest. And with that contest, we have winners. And if you are a winner, you will receive $200.
Ooh.
I need to win this shit.
No kidding.
God.
Like that's 200 American. So that's like 1,700 Canadian. So I'm not even lying.
Right. I need curtains for this barren room, yo.
Buy me a new car. Yeah. Guys, we're on our way to getting 500 subscribers on the YouTube channel we have, Scene Invaders Podcast. So once we reach 500 subscribers, we are going to give a lucky fan $200. Now, to enter the contest, you got to do 3 simple things. First one, pretty easy. You have to subscribe to the Scene Invaders Podcast YouTube channel. If you're watching this on there, chances are you're already subscribed. If you're listening, go to YouTube, type in Scene Invaders Podcast, and subscribe. Second thing you got to do, you have to share the channel on any social media. It does not matter. Whichever one is your preference, your choice. Just share the Scene Invaders Podcast YouTube channel on your favorite social media. Now, 3, this is a fun one. It requires a little bit of work, but you must comment on every YouTube version of the podcast. I'm not really sure how much we have, but it's not impossible.
No,
definitely not an impossible task. I don't care if it's a happy face. I don't care. You can tell us how sexy Coach is, how clever Carly is, and how hilarious Chad is. Or you just say, nah, I don't like you guys. Doesn't matter. You'll still
Bad
get
opinion.
entered. You'll still get entered into the contest. So
But I was the clever one.
You're the
Oh.
sexy one.
It was too on the nose to say clever for you with this thing. And 2,
Oh.
he's so clever, he disappeared. And 2, and just to make it clear, you don't have to comment on every video on the channel. It's just the podcast episodes. And
Yes.
you'll see what those are by the length. And before I upload this video to the channel tomorrow, I'm going to create a playlist to make it a bit easier for everyone. So you can hit one space to see every podcast episode that we have done a video version of. So that should help make things a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Still,
so-
what a great way to earn $200.
No kidding.
kidding.
Like I
Sure.
said, shit, I'm on the podcast and I'm like, I
I'm
wouldn't
gonna
be
do
mad
it,
at
yeah.
winning this.
Yeah. So yeah, help us reach 500 subscribers and make yourself some money doing it.
Yeah.
So
Big
yeah,
facts.
yeah. We'll brag about it at the end of the show too, just in case you made it all the way to the end of the show,
Right.
proving that it's worth it.
You
to
are a
watch
true
it
fan.
till the end of the show.
I always make it to the end of the show, man. Like,
Yeah.
Right?
I was listening to it was a couple of weeks ago or whatever, and I was in the car and I had to pick Chris's daughter up, and she was like, "Are you listening to yourself?" I was like, "I always listen to our episodes back. I have to know if it's like crazy
Right,
or
if
like
it's
we're
awful
okay
or
or
good.
like yeah, what's going on with it." So like, you were so clever, you disappeared.
I was so
he's
clever
back.
that I was changing my name and next
Aw.
to that, Jimmy Browser.
This is what I call
Yeah.
perspective. So
Keeps things
yeah.
lively, man.
Yeah, it was good. So, want me to go first?
Yeah, Miss Brad from Canada. Let's hit it.
So, like I said, earn yourself $200. But until then, listen to us brag about some movies. Well, we have a little bit of crossover, but I think we'll all have crossover with this one because I'm pretty sure we've all seen it. But I went out and enjoyed the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
I saw it mid-evening, and the place was full.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
It was full, and
So good.
everybody, I'm pretty sure everyone had seen it because there were people dressed up, a lot of people with lightsabers, a lot of kids like me, and everybody was just happy to be there. And it was just, man, the energy in that room was amazing. And you could feel people rooting for they knew what was going to happen, but we're still rooting for our favorite guy and stuff and laughing at the lines we know and clapping at the place you're supposed to clap. It was just really great. And when that John Williams score hit, the place erupted.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just a lot of fun, to be a part of. Now, then I went home, and I said, "Oh, a new movie on Netflix," and that movie was Havoc,
Oh.
starring what's his name?
Hardy? Tom
Tom Hardy?
Tom Hardy. Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. I thought it was Gerard
Oliphant.
Butler. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Maybe like 5 years ago.
Yeah. No, I'm like, oh, that's that guy, the
Oh,
English
okay.
guy, and I'm like, no, that's Venom. Is that Venom? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, and yeah, it's got Timothy Olyphant in it, and
Oh, he's so hot.
he really is. But
He's honestly aged very well. Like,
Oh,
it's really not fair.
yeah.
Like
fine
he's,
wine.
Why do I feel like I haven't even heard of this movie? Well,
It just
Because
came
it's
out.
on
I was kind of
Netflix.
interested
Okay,
in
yeah,
watching
sure.
it, but we'll see what Brad has to say about it.
okay, right now.
well, I mean, okay, let's talk. After a drug deal gone wrong, a bruised detective must fight his way through a criminal underworld to rescue a politician's estranged son,
Okay.
unraveling a deep web of corruption and conspiracy that ensnares the entire city. All right.
That sounds fun to me.
It does sound
It
fun.
does sound
And
fun.
Sounds fun.
It sounds fun.
now
Is
here's
it
the
fun?
thing. Here's the thing. It's bloody. It's
Very much
fighty.
so. Yes.
It's fast, fanatic, kind of a throwback to the 80s where you don't need to reload your weapon
Oh,
or
I
take
love
Yeah.
a
it.
breath.
Yes.
Physics
Or
doesn't
breathe.
exist.
You don't need to take a bathroom break when 1,000 people throw a bunch of weapons pointed at you.
I texted Brad and I'm just like, how many bullets does a handgun hold?
Right.
It
You know what?
depends. I think
We
I have
don't-
one that holds like 15. So
Oh.
Okay, good. Well, now that we've established the number, there was a scene where a gentleman puts a silencer on, which we all know silencers don't work, but okay.
Oh, I
Puts a
didn't.
silencer
it
on.
muffles it. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, in this movie, he puts a
Oh.
silencer on to not silence anything.
No, it's a samer,
Yeah.
same volumer,
because
because it doesn't quiet the gun
It's
down at
kind of a
all.
louder for
Yeah.
my book. But he went and he just
It was like a
rattles off,
trumpet. Like he put
15
like a
bullets.
trumpet on it.
then rattles off 15 bullets, then rattles off 15 bullets. And I thought we were going to have like a standoff of like, you used all your bullets. Nope. Then he
he's
rattles
got
off
more.
another
Oh, we had
15.
more.
There's
more.
Wait, there's more.
Yeah, we heard you liked bullets, so here they are.
If you took Rambo in the iconic, like, as he's firing, like, that's what this guy had apparently
Okay.
in one little clip.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did say the opening scene is a car chase with a truck where physics don't exist,
No.
but it's entertaining.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's just it. It's a cartoon.
Yes,
It is an
a live action
ultra-violent-
cartoon.
Ultraviolet cartoon where physics don't matter. Like I said, people don't bruise or break. You can get hit with a lot of stuff and still be okay.
Mhm.
And there's always more stuff to hit.
Sure.
And where did all these men come from? Like you started out and you had 4 guys behind you, and then there was the big action scene and a punch and a shoot and a fight, and then another guy came, and then 2 other guys, and 40 other guys, and it looked like the dogpile scene in the Matrix when all the Smiths kept on coming out. I'm like,
Oh geez.
how big is this gang?
Well, that's the one scene I'm just like, and this is where I was very embarrassed. Where it was, this reminds me a little bit of The Raid, only like a bad version of it.
Okay.
It was directed.
Great
then-
value. The Raid.
It was directed by Gareth Edwards, who did The Raid and The Raid 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of interested. And I was like, wait, that's the guy from The Raid. Okay. All right.
Yeah, and there's
Wow.
definitely a style with the Raid, and it kind of, I don't know, it copies it, but
It's like he tried to do The Raid with a plot,
Okay.
and you just have to do The Raid.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if you want to watch another movie and have this movie on in the background, but quiet,
So
You
it's like
could do
folding
that.
laundry movie.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
yeah, or having a
Put the
house party.
silencer on.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
with music on, and this.
If
is
you
just
have
what
like a
happens to
house
be on the
party
screen.
and music on in the background, you could put that
Okay.
movie on in the background, and you
Okay.
could see if count the muzzle flashes.
Mm.
Okay, right. Everybody gets have seizures by the end of the night. Like,
Yeah, but I can't even say it's poorly acted because there wasn't any acting.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
Like I don't want to take us picking on it to say this was a terrible waste of my time,
Oh,
sure.
I didn't say that.
but
I didn't say it was a waste of my time. I enjoyed the hell
It's
out of
not
this
a
train
great
wreck.
movie. But it's
yeah,
fun.
it's we've come to appreciate or come to actually enjoy a bunch of the stuff that we've had lately, and I'm like, oh, it's a step down, but it's not a step off.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
no,
is
that's
not
fair.
cinema, but this is an entertaining
Oh,
night at home.
It's
man.
definitely not cinema. It is Netflix.
Okay, right.
Mm.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
does it feel? That's what I was going to ask. Since this is Netflix, and Netflix somehow seems to have this way of making things feel so very Netflix, and like almost like it's like a made-for-TV movie with like a bigger budget. And
Mhm.
I assume this probably feels a little bit like that, kind of like Carry On was in a way.
Yeah,
like-
I did. I wasn't saying, I really wish this was in a theater.
Okay. See, what was the movie with Chris? There were two of them.
Extraction.
The Greys.
Yes,
The
Extraction.
Greys. Oh,
Yeah. That
I'm-
second extraction was like that
Yes.
first like 30 minutes of it when he's like busting out of the prison
Mhm.
Yeah.
and when he
Cool.
gets on
Awesome.
the train. All of that is amazing.
Well, I was like,
kinda-
this deserved like a theater experience.
Yeah.
I
This was
thought so
good.
too.
Yeah. It was
I-
really
I-
fun. I liked it
I-
a lot better than the first one.
Yeah,
I like
like
both those
I agree.
movies.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I like both of them though. Yeah, but I like the second one even more.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one like kind of transcended what you normally think of Netflix. But most everything else just sort of like falls in that like.
I mean, I think on paper it makes sense where it's like, oh, we got the director of The Raid, and oh,
Sure.
we have
The writer of The
Tom
Raid.
Hardy.
Yeah.
Well, who are the supporting actors? Timothy Oliphant and Forrest Whitaker. Sounds great. Go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And Forrest Whitaker's a
Oh, and
Oscar-winning actor.
Guzman. What's his name?
Louis Guzman.
Louis Guzman.
Yeah.
The Goose.
The Goose.
Not the Coos.
Not
I
the
was waiting for that.
I don't want to disappear again.
But this actually sounds like something I may watch for real. Like I kind of like action movies and I like
Yeah.
stuff like this. And I
The-
usually go into it with reasonable expectations of kind of what I'm getting into, especially with that big red N attached to it. So yeah, I can see myself.
like the
getting into
choreography
this.
was really great.
That's
The
good.
action sequence, like I said, were fast, if not impossible. But I mean, it's a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in most of these movies that I love, the hero would get shot in the first 8 seconds of the movie.
Sure.
Yeah, there was a plethora of bullets at one point, and they're all just standing there like, what's happening?
Yeah, I was
Mm.
gonna
Just
Yeah.
okay.
would have got shot a lot.
Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe
Totally.
this feels like a post John Wick thing, but it's really kind of a post the Raid thing.
I
It's-
think it is. Yeah, I think this is a little bit of a money grab. I think it's a little bit of a, hey, can you believe they're giving us money for this?
Hey, look, we got some pretty decent people up in here. Like
Right.
Up
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
bitch.
up in this bitch, come around to our film. Yo, like
And yes, Timothy Oliphant still looks amazing.
Mm.
Okay.
Aggravatingly amazing.
Annoyingly amazing.
Yeah.
Annoying.
Dear God,
He does walk a little funny though.
Dear
Have you
God, I
noticed
hate
that
him.
he doesn't move his arms? Like, I'm
What?
sorry.
I have not noticed that.
Okay, like when you walk, you normally move your arms a certain way,
Sure.
like in conjunction with your legs. He doesn't walk like that. You have to look at it. You'll see
Okay,
it.
sure.
He doesn't walk, he glides.
He
Okay.
does. You'll have to see it, and then you'll be like, "Oh, okay, that's what that bitch is talking about."
I'm about to start. Gliding.
Yes.
That's all I know.
Yes. If we put him and Maggie Grace next to each other, and
Yes.
one is all arms,
He'll walk
and
weird.
one is all-
She'll run funny.
One runs like this. The other one walks
Yep.
like this. He walks like that Lord of the Dance guy.
Well, no, he
Oh.
like walks with his arms match the movement of his legs. Usually, it's the opposite way.
Oh,
he's
so
It's
he's-
very weird.
He's in reverse walking sync.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll have to just check it out.
It's a
All
glitch in the
We'll see.
Matrix.
I'm trying to pull it up so we can put it
I,
up.
mean, I gotta watch this guy walk around. Well, beyond that, Ultimate Cinema, I
You
did
mean
actually
absolute cinema?
go Ultimate Absolute.
This is absolute cinema.
I did make it out to see Sinners, which so did Chad.
Yeah, finally.
And does anybody else have anything else to talk about other than our fantastic guilty pleasures?
I dipped a little bit more into
Okay, cool.
old people. I did not dip into old.
Don't dip into that.
That sounded a little suspect.
Okay,
Dolores, are you okay?
everybody raise your hand if you have dipped into what?
So anyway, I went a little bit back into Black Mirror. Saw
Mhm.
one of the episodes on this 7th season.
Okay.
Hotel.
Have you done the same, Carly?
Reverie.
Reverie.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
That was
Um,
my least favorite out of the entire season.
Yes.
How long
it
is the
seems
season?
like,
How many episodes?
Seven, I believe.
And
Okay.
this is the third.
Yep.
With the last being the second part to the USS Callister. I like the premise. It wasn't
Mhm. It's an
the
interesting
greatest.
premise
well.
for real.
It seemed like they were going back to the well. Their biggest hit overall is in the third season called San Junipero,
Mhm.
where like basically these two women fall for each other like as they're dying or something like that, and then live together forever in the
Virtual
Matrixy,
world.
yeah. And it kind of
That's
seemed like
terrible.
they were going back to that. It's an interesting premise of they were making movies on the cheap by inserting new actors into old movies
Mhm.
via technology. And basically like they took this actress and basically you can talk to them and walk them through, but everybody in the actual movie only knows of their part in the movie.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
And they only see the original actor that this actress is now playing. So they only see this actress as a white guy. I don't think she sees them as a black woman.
Okay.
No.
The way that they explain it.
So I mean, it's an intriguing, premise. It's way better than most things that I've seen. But with Black Mirror, you tend to really expect some of the greatest and best.
Sure.
Mhm.
Pretty high bar.
And
Pretty
some of
high
those
bar.
line deliveries that she's doing were
Ooh.
pretty bad. I was like, oh God.
It had Aquafina was basically the back and forth between the actor. The old time actress was played by Emma Corrin. You would know her as the bad bitch from Wolverine and Deadpool,
Deadpool.
as
Okay.
well as the Crown.
Yeah, Cassandra. She
Yep.
plays Cassandra.
Oh, okay, I like her.
And then the main lead of the whole thing is Ray, who is
Okay.
kind of like a mogul in herself.
Mhm.
She does a lot of like writing and directing. Like
Mhm.
if you ever saw it was Insecure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
love
like
that.
her on that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
So, and she's been in a bunch of stuff. So, like, other than that, I'm going to keep on trying to get through it. I'm sure there's more episodes that Carly and I can go in depth a little more on,
Mhm.
but I just have to get around to them.
Okay.
Okay.
There it
I'm gonna
is.
start watching it. I mean,
Me too.
but Havoc was on. So
Okay, right. How can you possibly pick?
Yeah, when
Black
Havoc is
Mirror
on.
when
Yes.
Havoc is around?
The way I watch Black Mirror is a little different than the way I watch Havoc.
Yeah, right.
oh, you
Facts.
put the volume up.
What are they trying to say? What is the existential realism of this?
Oh.
Bang, 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 flash, bang, bang.
Facts.
Got it.
Oh, he's got a silencer. Really loud bang. Really, really loud bang.
Extra loud.
Doesn't
bang.
make sense. Yeah.
Did you have anything else new that you watched, Mr. Coach?
I mean, I watched Havoc.
How
I
was
was
that?
almost. I haven't
It
really
was
finished
a
it
movie.
yet. There was part of me that wanted to be a hypocrite to the coach that was last week, and I almost went and saw The Accountant too. I might still be a hypocrite. We'll see.
I haven't seen the first one, so
Me neither.
It is good-ish, but
Okay.
awkward. There's a weird love interest thing between Anna Kendrick and big teeth
Accountant.
guy from Armageddon. I forget Ben Affleck.
big
Teeth guy from Armageddon.
You mean when he used to have baby teeth, though? You know that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he had, like it was bad. Like go back to the old like
Mall
Jason Amy
rats.
days, mall rats.
Mhm.
You can see his real teeth.
Yeah, he must have
Okay.
put
His
him
little
in-
baby teeth.
must have put him in a
He's got a cast
uncomfortable place,
veneers.
like the back seat of a Volkswagen.
That's
Right.
right.
Very uncomfortable place.
All right.
But yeah, the Accountant one's actually not bad. There's some decent storyline to it. It's kind of like chop off the back end, and all the stuff that progresses to the second one is the bad stuff.
okay. Oh, okay, gotcha. I mean, I assumed it must have been something if there's The Accountant 2 out there, but that doesn't
So
always
it's-
mean that anything that came before it was good. So I think we all know that too.
And you guys totally didn't even get my joke at the very end of last podcast, by the way, when you were talking about The Accountant too. I was like, I hope it does numbers.
Oh my god! Dad joke alert! Dad joke
I was
alert!
like,
That is good.
nobody
Follow
even
Carly
noticed
on
it.
Twitter for
All right, there's
making
your-
dad jokes.
Brad, there is your short. You are to pull the last week's end
that's
of the
right.
episode
All
and
right.
then stack it with this part.
All right.
It's
Oh,
not going to be as
yes,
funny
it is.
anymore.
Oh, I don't
Well,
care.
no,
Can
you
I-
need to add cricket sounds at the end of that.
Right, yeah. Yeah, because that's what it was. Everybody just like kept going. I was like, okay, fine. I
Okay,
guess it
see you
wasn't
later.
funny.
Yeah, landed flat. Fuck these guys. You don't know funny nothing. I'm gonna go tell my husband this.
Right.
You the old Pookie from The Simpsons, like I'm gonna go and lead this place.
So even though I know we talked about it, or they talked about it last week, I wasn't here last week. A couple of people had seen Sinners last week. Well, now all of us have seen it, guys. So
Yeah.
before we get to our guilty pleasures, it's been out for over a week now. We're going to talk some spoilers on this movie. We may not go super in depth on spoilers, but we will spoil some things about this movie. So if you want to know nothing about it, skip ahead. But otherwise, we are about to get a little bit into Sinners. And I was so excited to finally join the land of the living from a move and finally go see something. I got to see nothing new at all last week, even though I couldn't have been on the show anyway. I would have had nothing to talk about. So this past Monday night, I went to see Sinners, directed by Ryan Coogler, written and directed by Ryan Coogler, I should say, and starring Michael B. Jordan, and just an enormous cast of just everyone. And this is a period drama
Mhm.
horror with this very like modern swagger to it that was nothing at all like what I expected going in. I had seen a trailer for it, so I kind of knew a little bit what I was getting into, but this played out in no way like what I expected going in.
No, me
And
neither.
yeah. And I left this movie feeling so after I saw it, the group chat was like, give me one word, like just give me your one word review or like one word, like review basically before we have the show this week.
Mhm.
And I put entertaining as fuck all as one word because that is what this movie was. It was hella insanely entertaining. I couldn't take my eyes off of this, and I had an absolute blast watching this. Like I was telling them before the show, I saw this on Monday night in an IMAX theater, which has about like 7 million seats in it. And like at least 75% or more of my theater was full. And
cool.
yeah, it was great. And like we were sitting there, like when I bought tickets, it looked about 50% full. And then like as we went in and sat, like people just kept coming in. I was like, God, this is like incredible that people are coming out on a Monday night for something like this. And it was one of those experiences that I live for at the theater, where you get this sort of cathartic, or not cathartic, but like this like room experience with like the crowd, and everyone's into it. Everybody's loving it. You can feel the energy. You can feel people enjoying themselves, and even though there were like a little bit of chatter through it or whatever, but it all just sort of added to the experience because it was chatter that like just benefited the movie, benefited the experience. And
That's cool.
yeah, I had a ton of fun with this. And I know, Brad, you were the other person who had not seen this last week. So
Yeah,
what did you think of this?
I went on a Saturday afternoon, and it wasn't full, but it's Saturday afternoon. I think
Sure.
people have stuff to do and kids and whatnot. So there was enough people in it, so it wasn't empty. But I did not have to share a seat or anything, so I could stretch out.
Sure.
And I was, I don't know, mesmerized is too easy a word. I was so drawn in from like just the opening scene until the end credit scene.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I was just in a particular mood or something, but Coach and I talked about this online. Then we had to delete all our chat because it was in group chat. And you realized you hadn't seen the damn thing. So
Yeah, I was the last one to see it, guys.
there is that scene where he plays and sings, and it's like a transmersive effect that affects the past and the future and everything. That's the scene. When anybody says, "Oh, that scene," that's the scene that we're talking about.
It was amazing.
And it just went on, and I felt the music. And Coach, you were tapping your foot. I was bobbing my head and dancing in my seat. Like,
oh yeah,
I was moving. White guy moving, but moving.
Hey, moving is moving, man. Moving is moving.
I don't know. Just by the time it rolled around, I feel it in my chest, and I was having such a good time. And then I don't know why, I just broke, and tears started just dropping from my eyes because I was just so damn happy. I was so damn happy at the entire scene, at the pacing, the visuals, the way the music felt, the voiceover within it, and it was just, this is amazing.
Yeah,
it's almost like I don't deserve a scene this fucking good. If that makes sense.
Something we haven't really seen before, and I think that's the good thing about it is we're all experiencing something that, you know, nothing's ever been like that.
No,
for me at least.
Yeah,
No.
and I mean, it is like this very period. It's taking place in the 30s in Mississippi, and then like you suddenly get to the scene, and I mean, I think the whole entire thing, like I said, it does have this modern swagger to it, but this scene sort of just kind of like transcends time period, and just sort of brings everything sort of together from like a musical perspective. And like this is very much, I know Coach said last week about how like you can conjure the devil through music, and like music can be powerful in that type of way and kind of transcend time and space and all of that. And yeah, I thought this was incredible. And
it can call vampires.
Yeah, and like Coach or Brad said, I thought the pacing of this movie was my very favorite part about the entirety of it, because it does start off a bit slow, and like I think most people are going into this kind of, and again, we're spoiling this a little bit, guys, knowing that this is like a vampire horror film, but it does not feel like that for quite a long time. Like it probably until the halfway point of this movie.
Yeah,
like you know something's coming.
It's a little bit like Dust Till Dawn, but like the main story is also based on, and it's funny if you look up, just Googling the name, it's based off the idea of Robert Johnson, who sold his soul to the devil.
Okay.
For his music career.
Yeah,
and it's funny, like you look at the pictures of a young Robert Johnson, and he looks exactly like the main character.
Yeah,
yeah.
But this movie starts like as a slow, like chugga chugga choo choo, like kind of, but it just like keeps building momentum and steam, and it like starts barreling on like as it goes on. It reminded me in pacing a lot. This is a very different movie, but of Oppenheimer. And I was telling Chris that after the fact, I felt like that movie just kept kind of like relentlessly upping the pace through the entire thing. And this does very much the same thing in a very different type of movie. But by the end, and by the time you get to where you're going in this movie, like it's like this breathless pace of excitement and fun. And
I will tell you, Chad, I'm heavily envious of you of the idea of seeing this. Like, this is a see a movie and have some pie type of film. Like, I would love to sit down and, like, I saw it by myself, but it was one of those, like, man, I want to see about this and sit in a diner and drink coffee,
Yeah.
drink pie, and talk about all the other stuff.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a bad pie reference, but
There's a lot of eating pie is a curious terminology you use there, but yeah, sure.
yeah, it's one of the semi-rare times that I get to go and see a movie with another person. And it's funny you say that, Brad, because I was going to say about this movie that it is something that, like, Gen Z most affected, I guess, like, is not afraid to be, like, sexual and sexy and, like, adult. And it's not overtly or gross.
No, it's
or,
not like crass or anything. It's just really, it is adult though.
And adults have sex and like sex and
That's
all
right.
that kind of stuff.
We
So
do.
it's-
There's like
Yes.
a sensuality to it for everything that they spoke of. They're pretty blatant about speaking about. Well, Haley
Colonel
Steinfeld
Angus.
has the line that's been trending on Twitter, for God's sake.
Okay, right. I mean, I have to say though, like, in all honesty, with all of the, I loved this movie, really. Like, I loved it so much. I did. To me, it is not perfect though. There were a couple things that I did come away from this wishing so bad. I wanted, like, I had such a good experience watching this, and I wanted this to just, like, absolutely just blow me the fuck away, and it did in some ways. But there are a couple of elements to this that I thought did hold it back just a tiny bit. And there is, of course, this is 1930s Mississippi. There is a racism element to this movie. And I thought that could have been a lot more powerful here. It felt, I don't want to say an afterthought, because I don't think it was an afterthought, but I think it was such a
I think
small,
they could have definitely integrated it way better
yes,
than they did.
I think throughout the story
Yeah.
a little bit more, because it sort of, I mean, it's not like you don't get tastes of it, but, like, I just think it could have been so much more powerful and said so much more had it not just sort of, like, all, like, come about at the end, essentially.
Yeah, kind of like beat you over the head at the very end.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a little bit.
And that's what I
throughout
felt like a little
prequel,
bit, was
but
it beating us over the head, kind of, with this.
mean,
just that last part, really.
Yeah.
Let's go over. Okay, so the Smokestack twins. Okay, they have survived the war.
I want to see that movie.
They survived.
Yeah, me too. Hell yeah.
Working with Capone.
I want to see that movie.
Yeah, me too.
Stealing from Capone.
Uh-huh.
Stealing from the Irish as well. Escaping with the booze. Opening up their joint. Then vampires attack. Survive that. Make it all the way. Spoilers to the end. And then the Klan shows up. It's like, oh man, this is the worst day ever.
The Klan shows up at daylight or like mid morning because
Right?
the Klan,
I was like,
because
who
the Klan doesn't
would
do
be
anything at
there?
night.
I was like, yeah, who? I mean, like, that part alone was just like, what is going on here? Why
We
did
got to
you?
get ourselves a breakfast and then go to the lynching.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who doesn't
yeah, well,
even
it's
know
broad
that
daylight.
anybody's going to be there. You know what I
Broad
mean?
daylight,
I-
guys. Let's go. We could probably get one or two that
Yeah.
might be sleeping there.
Without our hoods on.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Had that been handled a little more deftly,
Yeah,
I just
or-
thought it was just a little different.
Yeah.
I
a
didn't
little
dislike it, but
No,
I mean,
yeah.
No,
I'm
I-
just
That was
teasing
probably
it.
my main gripe, though, was just really that scene. I felt like they could have,
Yeah.
like I had said before, I thought it would have been better if they would have actually shown up at night, you
Yeah.
know. But
not at all.
not at all.
Yeah.
I don't even need them to show
Yeah,
up.
or not
I
at all.
don't think
yeah.
that scene was necessary.
It wasn't necessary.
It's just all like, let's. Okay, you know what?
It was okay,
We
but it was
really-
definitely not necessary.
It seemed like a tacked on scene. Let's do some Klan killing, which I'm endorsing, of course.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, they're all
of course.
assholes.
I like the
Yeah,
idea
yeah.
of all the Klansmen getting murdered and stuff, and it was fun to watch. But it's just like,
Yeah, I also want to see the Native American movie versus the vampire.
Yeah.
Yes, me too. The vampire hunters.
And I was going to say, even with the small quibbles I have with this, like Ryan Coogler, you can tell that this is a passion project. for him,
Yes,
for sure.
absolutely.
I mean, he's made Black Panther, for fuck's sake, and Black Panther 2 and Creed and shit. Like,
He's
I mean,
done
so
well.
this is
Yes.
clearly like This is not that. It's not an
Mm-mm.
IP that's been established or anything like that. So, and you can tell that has a vision, a visionary, I would say, even because he has such a strong sense of style in this movie.
Yeah,
The
he
look
used
of the film
4
is
different types of
incredible.
film.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
That's really cool in the theater, especially in IMAX. When they
yes,
start changing and like the bars start
and it
moving and
takes up the
everything.
whole entire screen. It just looks so sick, and it's so
Cool.
beautifully shot and incredible. And like the way that he, I mean, I guess this isn't controversial, but the way that he shoots like black actors and actresses,
Oh, the lighting alone.
he
Is-
knows how to do it.
Yeah.
And
The
knows how to
opening
make it
scene,
look incredible.
I said it last week. The opening scene, the guy who is the preacher looks so different than anybody I've ever seen on film before.
Yeah.
Well, his name is Saul Williams, and I'm not sure if everyone would like his style of music, but I highly recommend.
Mhm.
It's like rap metal kind of.
That guy?
I'm in.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
in.
not what you would expect. And
Interesting.
Okay.
yeah, it's
Um,
he's
I'll check that
incredible.
out.
So we have the history of music is the big number in there.
Yes.
Then we have the Irish jig.
Yeah,
Which was entertaining as hell.
yeah.
I think it was just to see how the extras were in it so much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you had
So good.
cornbread, half his face is hanging off,
Uh-huh.
and he is smiling like.
Well, that's one of the things that made this kind of different. Like, you never you just take it for granted that vampires are evil
Yeah,
because they drink blood, and that's evil. I don't care.
I can't
Um,
pretend that
didn't
they
wanna-
didn't make their side seem appealing, though.
That's kind of where I was at. And
Mhm.
not only was their side appealing, they just wanted community. Now, it's not consensual, so I'm not down with that.
Sure.
But it's like, okay, they look like they're having a good time too.
Mhm.
It's kind of like, okay, what party do you want to join?
Right.
Right. Well,
And
I
I don't know, maybe when he said, like the clan's coming, we can go get them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean the clan's coming? And I put
yeah,
that
they already
thought away.
planned it.
Okay, right.
There's no way there's going to be enough time in this movie for the clan to show up too.
Oh, but wait, there's more.
But there
Okay,
was.
there's more.
The
And it's
one,
like, okay, you want to live forever? It doesn't look that bad. I mean, wipe your mouth off and,
Sure.
you can drink blood a little more tastefully.
You can show up
But,
in the 90s in your Coogee sweater and yeah.
it's the scene that
I did like what he said at the end though. He's had enough of this place. I agree. I would not want to live
No,
forever.
no.
No, thank
Not
you.
especially not at that age.
It's not the 80s, no. The one scene that sticks with me a lot is when the vampire with his 2 minions come up and try and enter in or get invited in, and they start singing the song.
Yes.
And you have
Mhm.
Stack, who is just like, I want nothing to do with this, and then you have Smoke, who looks like just bouncing back and forth.
That sounds
Like,
pretty
"Oh,
good.
you're pretty good." And when they do the slow motion with all their guitars at the same time when
Yeah.
they're singing, I'm like, oh yeah, come on in, vampires. I
Sure.
want to hear more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'd have been murdered or turned very easily.
Yeah, probably. Me too. Yeah. To be
I
fair.
was like, Brad, stop it! Don't invite him in. I'm like, they can
Well,
sing.
duh, that's because
Stop
it's a bunch of
inviting
white
them in.
people.
Good.
Of course, we're gonna invite them.
So there was.
I might be a little. Off
I
on
shared
that,
it with the group. There was a TikTok where they did an animated version in Muppets.
Oh
Of,
god.
It's good.
and it is hilarious of the scene of when Cornbread is trying, well, just invite me in. It's the neighborly thing to do.
Oh my god.
And it
You've
shows
been in
all
here
the
all day.
characters as Muppets. Apparently, there's a filter that turns like live action to Muppets
Oh,
now.
wow.
so
somewhere.
good.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
pretty great.
Technology.
And I think what this movie showed from Ryan Coogler for me is that I thought this was a great movie, but I wouldn't say it's a great movie in all capital letters. I really liked
Agreed.
it. I absolutely
it's not a perfect movie. No
I
way.
think
No.
everyone should see this movie, and I think you should
Oh,
see
yeah.
it in the theater.
Theaters,
This
yes.
was built for
Totally.
that.
Just the
But-
sound alone. The sound was just penetrating, and the music is fun, and you will want to get up and dance.
Yeah. And he just has a vision as a director. He has something to say. He has a style. And I think it's important. And I'm here for whatever he does next. I don't care what if it's Black Panther 3, I'm here for it. Like I really don't care. But I think that this movie was very important for him as a filmmaker, coming off of essentially like IP stuff, kind of into
Yeah.
this. I know he started with Fruitvale Station, which was not IP, but
Mhm.
it went into IP, and now like this sort of like kind of was his like pass. Like, you've made like blockbusters. Now
Mhm.
you can, here's $90 million, make whatever you want, and this is what he wanted to make. And I am absolutely here for it. I know
Mhm.
somebody said earlier, I think Coach, that the mid-credit scene was sort of like showing us a glimpse at what the Sinners universe could look like.
Right.
I could
There's-
not be more here for that. Like, I think that sounds amazing. Like, I
Yeah.
loved
There's
anywhere
been,
this could go.
a couple Twitter posts of like, you know, like the way that Marvel does it with all the banners and the timelines and everything.
Mhm.
And it was like, Sinners, Legends of Sinners,
Yeah,
Ancient
right.
Sinners.
Yes.
Nice.
You know, like, yeah, I mean, if I'm a greedy studio guy, I'm like, I got a TV show out of this. I got a, you know,
Yeah, no
I got
kidding.
2 more movies with the Michael B. Jordan and
Haley Steinfeld.
Steinfeld. Like, I'm signing everybody up for
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Coogler, you can direct or executive produce,
Mhm.
whatever you want. Like,
Yeah, but show them working through the 70s and the 80s
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like
There's so much meat on this bone if you wanted there
Yeah.
to be.
they
And I
could
think meat that
do
wouldn't get tired or stale. Like, there's a lot you could do here.
you could
And
do Sinners a la Forrest Gump with those two like just bouncing through history.
oh, that'd be cool.
And I know somebody touched on it a minute ago, but like another influence that I saw here was the movie musical, and that's become
Mhm.
more prevalent in my life because of my partner now and shit. But like, there were moments in this that like clearly were so inspired by like musicals
Mhm.
and had like musical everything about it. I was like, oh, this feels like a scene from like a straight up musical, and I
Yeah.
loved it. Like, I thought that was so smart and fun and interesting, and like just such a kind of change of pace from what you see, especially from kind of bigger budget like Hollywood movies that aren't specifically musicals nowadays. And yeah,
Yeah.
it left me
Let creative
of
people
excited.
create.
yeah, it felt like a creative person created for sure. Like in,
I
in
do have a
this,
question. I do have a question though. And I love this part, but do you think that the fact that they were twins made any difference? Like,
Well,
I love Michael B. Jordan. I think he's a fantastic actor. And the effects to show them as twins
Mm.
were flawless. You know, they pulled it off so well, and he pulled it off so well, being the same, but just totally
slightly
different.
Mhm.
Totally different enough. You knew that they were twins. You knew that they grew up, but they didn't seem like the same person.
Again, I go back to Twitter where somebody said it was like player 1, player 2 version of the
Sure.
character.
That's pretty much it. But like, I don't want to say was it necessary, because I truly enjoyed it, but could have been 2 separate actors playing 2 different parts.
Well, I mean, for me, I thought Michael B. Jordan was great in this film for sure.
Mhm.
However,
I'm just wondering, was it necessary? I don't know if it was, but I'm glad they did
Yeah.
it.
to me, it was not. And there
No.
were times, honestly, that I didn't think there was enough distinction between the two.
Yeah.
There were times I was not sure until I saw
Who
like
was who?
which woman they were talking to.
Right.
Well,
Like,
not
like,
only
who it
that,
was.
yeah, I had to keep reminding myself. I kept saying to myself as I'm watching it in the theater, blue hat is smoke, blue is smoke, blue
There
is
you go.
smoke, blue is
Yep,
smoke,
blue
red
smoke,
is
red
stack,
stack.
red is
Yep.
stack.
Yep, I did the same thing. Okay, blue smoke, blue
So at
smoke.
least
That's
they had
easy.
them differentiated by colors,
Sure.
you know,
Yeah.
and women, but yeah.
And they were different characters.
Yeah, they
overall,
weren't the
but
They
same,
were.
but
No, they
yeah.
were
there just
completely
wasn't
different
enough
characters.
distinction.
Which ironically, it was one of the not criticisms, but it was one of the things that, you know, they were identified by the 2 main gang colors, which is the
Oh,
Bloods and the
okay.
Crips.
Bloods in the Crips.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. No,
Nice.
naturally, I think everyone is just saying that this is definitely a buy.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm.
buy it a
Mhm.
couple times. Go check it out in the theater. Support
Definitely.
this.
Yeah, listen to the
Because
soundtrack on Spotify.
It had a
and-
slow start, but it's maintaining a very strong run. And
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely watch it at home with subtitles so you can understand
Yeah.
what Delroy Lindo says in that one
Oh.
scene. I'm like, what the fuck happened, dude? I don't understand what happened to you. What happened? So yeah.
But yeah, this is
Yeah.
the kind of thing I could see myself watching like a number of times, like a
Oh,
bunch
hell
of
yeah.
times. It's
Yeah.
almost like a comfort watch in a weird way. There's just something about like the way it pulls you in, the allure of it, that I just I loved it. It was a great time. It's the most entertaining movie I've seen at the theater this year, for sure.
Nice.
Without question. When I
Yeah,
left,
you know
I was like, I just felt like invigorated and like, yes, this was
Yeah, I think it's going to be on my high five list
okay.
for at least this year.
Gotcha. Yeah, I
That's
mean,
great.
it's definitely, as far as things I've seen so far, this is one of the best of the year that I've seen for sure. I will say that I struggled to see this maintaining that spot because it's so early in the year, but I did love it, and I don't think that should discount it in any way.
Yeah, if they were smart, and I did steal this from another podcast, but they would start making the physical copies of the screener for the Oscar group,
Yes.
much like Anora did to pull off the win of last year.
Well, I was going to say, I just saw a thing recently too, where now like a requirement of the Oscars is you have to watch the content before
Yes.
you are allowed to vote on it. So you
Mhm.
have to watch it.
Well, that's a novel
Thank
fucking
God.
idea.
I mean, I think that seems
That should have been the
Pretty
case
lit.
the entire time.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that
Listen.
wasn't a fucking rule.
yeah, right.
You should not be able to vote on what's your favorite movie or the best movie if you haven't watched them all. What the fuck?
Agreed.
Yeah.
100%.
That's- I'm blown away. Is that a fucking like really?
Right.
I
All right,
think
but yeah.
everybody just assumed that they were watching them until people finally started saying, "Oh, I didn't watch that one."
No,
And
I
so-
kind of
Facts.
assume people
What's
watched
that
the movie
movie
before
about?
they voted on it.
The double-edged sword of social media to where it's
Mhm.
like, well, now you've been exposed, guys.
Right.
Sorry. But yeah,
Watch
sinners, watch it. Go
Hollywood's
see it
so fake. I don't believe it.
go see it in the theater for real.
Yes.
Like even if you're not a person who does that often, this demands the biggest screen, the loudest sound that you can possibly get, and just let it wash over you. And I can't imagine too many people are going to walk away not enjoying themselves with this.
Agreed.
All right, and that brings us to our special topic of the show, which is going to be guilty pleasures. And like I said earlier, I don't think any of us feel guilty about any movie that we
Mm-mm.
enjoy.
No
I
shame.
certainly do
No.
not.
No.
Well, wait till you see one.
I like I like Britney Spears for God's sake. So like
Aw.
I have no shame in my.
You
guilt
have
for anything.
Crossroads on your.
I have never laughed harder
The Ralph
during a
Macchio
movie
movie?
than Crossroads. And a friend of the show, Max Zed, I was actually on
Oh,
one of
Max.
his YouTube shows. He does trash triple threats where we watch 3 fucking heinously awful movies and then talk about them. And Crossroads was one of them, even though I kind of secretly like that movie in a way just because it's so bad. Like the laughs, the unintentional laughs, like
Exposed.
make it fun.
I just look at like we have an Oscar winner that was in that, and Zoe Saldana. We have, a TV Emmy in Tara Manning. And
Mhm.
poor Justin Long is just.
He was a walrus.
He's just been drugged through
seriously,
it, unfortunately.
Yeah, he went from possibly sleeping to not sleeping with the Britney Spears character to a walrus.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, so for this one, guys, we're going to get started with Mr. Brad from Canada. And
Oh, wait, do we want to do
have
the
some
Twitter?
shout-outs?
we have Twitter shout outs, guys. Yes. I forgot about that. So Twitter shout outs, and we're going to let Miss Carly take the wheel on this one. And we're adding it as we
All
go.
right. Ooh, there it
Look
is.
at the
It looks like
pills.
little pills.
Take your
Love
Twitter
it.
pills.
Take
Okay,
your Twitter
right.
pill. Sounds
All right.
threatening.
And it's
So the-
Twitter, it's not X.
Yeah, we
It
don't.
is
I'm
Twitter.
sorry, I'm never going to call it X. I don't care.
Can't do it either. Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
So we have the first one is Mayor of Appalachia at Janarchy Basketball.
Hmm.
I love that movie.
I
It
saw
was on
this
the
a couple
outside
of
looking in.
times
Yep.
for sure.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
good. So many great jokes. Yeah. Great choice.
Yeah, that's not a guilty pleasure. That's just a
No, exactly.
Agreed.
Pure pleasure.
Well, they're so
Um,
smart. I think Matt Stone and Trey Parker are so smart. And yeah.
I will
Mhm.
bring in next time because it's at my house and not my office. My Beers jersey that I have.
Oh, cool.
hell yeah.
Love
Sweet.
Yeah, I remember that they tried to make Real Big Fish a thing too with that movie. It's
Okay.
the,
A
like,
lot of
5
people
minute-
tried.
Yeah, the
tried to
5
I'm trying
minute-
to make Real Big Fish a thing.
You swingers in basketball, stop trying to
Aw.
make Real Big Fish a thing.
Real.
Poor band. Oh well. Then we have In Tyler We Trust at Bourbon is Life.
That's my homie.
80.
Hell yeah.
I love him.
Yeah.
He says Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, which
Yeah.
I agree. I actually like that one better than the first movie.
Okay.
So
I prefer the first one, but I really enjoyed both of them. I don't think
Okay.
guilty pleasure. Like I laughed at everything, and that scene he has right there, the bumblebee tuna. That
Bumblebee Tuna.
bumblebee tuna. I don't know.
No
And-
need to feel shame about this guy.
And I'm
This
sorry, the
is
whole
good.
rhino scene, if you
Yeah,
don't laugh at that
classic.
part.
Yeah,
You're broken
So
as a human.
Yes. You have no sense of humor.
it's also kind of apt with all that social media jargon about 100 men versus a gorilla.
Oh,
Have you guys seen that?
yes,
Oh,
I have.
yes.
Oh, that gorilla would totally win. I'm
Well,
sorry.
this movie has a gorilla sodomizing another human being, so
Oh,
that's
God.
what would happen if 100 men attacked the silverback gorilla.
Right.
I'm sorry to tell you guys this. Just leave it
There
alone.
would be
Okay.
limbs ripped from people.
Yes.
Oh,
and,
yeah. Yeah.
Whew. All
Okay,
right, next slide. All right, R.P. Lewis at Mr. R.P. Lewis. My guilty pleasure is the original Underworld. This movie takes itself seriously in a way that is comical, like 4-year-olds LARPing, and somehow that makes it even better.
Yeah.
Also, Kate Beckinsale is fantastically gorgeous.
She
And I
absolutely
agree.
is.
I agree with all of that. for sure.
Yes.
And yes,
And yeah, there was some pretty high school acting in this, but I'll always love that effect. I was always enamored when what's the head Lycan or Lupin's name? His name's Lucian or something like that. When
Martin
he's
Sheen? Is it him?
could be, I can't remember his name, but when he is running after the car and so steadily catches up to that, I freaking love that scene in Underworld. Like I'll watch that over and over, just like get the car, get it, now kill everybody. I was on the bad guys team, loved it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And R.P.
And-
Lewis, again, I know I said it last time he was on here. Good people alert. He seems
Yes.
very cool. Like
He's great.
he's very engaged with what's
Mhm.
happening in like movies and TV and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, he seems like very good people. So
Mhm.
Yeah, Pops
Shout
has some
out
really
to-
good gems.
Yeah, you should follow him if you don't already.
Definitely.
Totally.
I agree.
And then we have the Orsa Major at Chaos Daddy Blog.
Oh.
And he says, my guilty
I'm gonna read
pleasure
that.
movie is the Screamers,
Okay.
which has
Screamers.
Peter Weller in it.
I have not seen this.
It's a good one. I
It
like
is good. It's got these weird things that dig in the ground, then they get you.
it.
okay.
They scream at you. And they
Sounds
get
like
you.
me. Sounds
Yeah,
sounds
yeah.
pretty lit.
It's a
Like
good
an
one.
ostrich, an evil ostrich.
Very
Oh
good
my
choice.
god, what?
No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Oh my God. No, it's not that.
I'm gonna write that
Oh.
movie though.
Okay, right. Evil ostrich.
Evil,
Evil
Ostrich.
robot
up.
ostrich. Yeah.
Taylor Lautner, werewolf hunter.
Hunter.
Oh,
Yeah.
you forgot
Did
about
that get a
our
season
watch.
2?
Oh man, I don't even.
Chad, you just reintroduced it to the algorithm.
I know.
That's facts.
All right, I
There's
think
one
we got
more,
one more.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, then we have Corpse Farmer at Corpse Farmer 12. I
What?
wouldn't
There's
say
11 others.
yes, right.
Oh.
I wouldn't say guilty pleasure, but Airplane, Naked
Oh.
Gun, Spaceballs the movie, Austin Powers. I don't know why none of my family will watch movies with me. And I don't know why they wouldn't either, because
I don't
all of those are
either.
great movies.
I am-
Finding
so
your
here for
family,
it.
man.
Yeah, real.
Yep.
That sounds like the rest of your family just doesn't have a sense of humor. I'm sorry.
You need to get on your level, Sarah.
Yes.
I never thought I'd say this phrase, but come join our family corpse.
Yeah,
farmer.
right. Real.
Yeah.
Come join our family corpse farmer. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, if you subscribe, you might be $200 richer.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Facts.
Then
Stay
we
tuned
have
to the end. I'm going to tell you the rules.
again, yes. So Havoc Sauce at Havoc Sauce says The Adventures of Ford Fairlane. So many cameos and quotable lines. And I had actually forgotten about this movie. I own this movie, but I
Oh,
had
wow.
forgotten about it until he commented. And I was like, oh, that is a really good pick for a guilty
That's a great
pleasure.
word. Yes, it
Because
is.
it's not a good movie, but I fucking love it.
Yep.
And then
That's
we
what all
have
this is about.
have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen The
Oh,
Adventures
yeah.
of Ford
Not since
Fairlane?
I
Hell
was
yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yep.
got Wayne Newton in it.
Wait, does it have Andrew Dice Clay in it?
Yes, he's the main
Okay.
character. He's Ford Fairlane.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yes, you were right. Then we have Scott Stringle at Scott_Stringle. He says Showgirls.
Oh, there's nothing to be guilty about with Showgirls.
So to say, Chad's about to get up in arms.
I love this movie. It's amazing. I saw it for the first time like a couple of years ago, and I was like, why did I wait this long to experience this masterwork?
Right.
It's amazing. I love it.
So
It's hilarious.
It
It's
is.
insane.
It's going to be playing at my theater,
Oh,
and I'm as like a 10 o'clock on a Friday, like cult classic,
Damn
Nice.
right.
and I have to be part. I mean, like I have to see the crowd that comes with.
I'm coming to
that.
Philly for that. I need a
Oh,
cheesesteak
man.
with
Whiz,
wit.
wit.
Sorry, and Showgirls and some time with Coach.
We'll get you, a soft pretzel, some water ice. You'll be all set.
Would
Gina fucking Gershon.
puppy chow? I mean,
And then last but not least, we have Ryan Moylanen at Aura Lee Harvey. I'd say Encino Man and Harry and the Hendersons, but I don't know what to feel guilty about.
yeah.
And I agree because they're both great.
Harry and the Hendersons was amazing.
Yes.
I freaking love
And that's
that
what
movie.
all this is about. Like, why feel guilty about things
Mm-mm.
that you had a great time with? I never would.
Mm-mm.
Never ever.
All right. So with
Well,
this,
thanks everybody. Thanks for shouting in.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Thank you.
Great
really great.
choices.
Mhm.
And honestly, like, I'm glad there's no crossover with me because I almost picked Showgirls. I was gonna pick it as like a
Mhm.
I was gonna pick it as a honorable mention, but I was like, I feel like everybody might pick this, or yeah, it might be a Twitter shout out. So I'm feeling pretty confident in my selections that I probably don't have to crossover tonight because mine are insane. But before we get there, we're gonna move to Mr. Brad from Canada and
All
see
right.
what he has for some guilty pleasures tonight. Look at this. The Maple Leaf skull. Ugh. Like,
Ask you about your underwear. All right, what's up with your
Ask you-
underwear?
I know what's up with Brad's underwear, actually.
Are you
I was
not
just
wearing
talking about
any?
this recently with
Oh no,
What?
I wear winter. I wear women's underwear because they
Yep.
feel better.
I was just talking about it, I swear to God, just the other day, dude.
With who?
With Chris.
Yes, we all have our
Not in a
things. and like I
derogatory
said,
way at all. Like it,
I
yeah,
feel no guilt. I feel
Yeah, I was gonna
absolutely no
say-
guilt.
it just the
No, you
conversation
just
got onto
feel
panties,
you
and
just
there we
feel
went.
silk and satin.
I feel so free.
And that's all that matters, man.
Yeah, I don't have any honorable mentions.
Okay.
No, because this was hard. Like, is there
There were
movie
a
should
million
feel
things I
guilty
wanted to
about?
pick.
But
I know
yeah.
that.
So
All right. First
shall
slide.
we move?
Okay.
No retreat, no surrender.
Oh.
Jean-Claude Van Damme's playing a Russian martial arts enthusiast about a young boy who moves to a town, knows karate. Other people know more karate. So during the more karate, his father is injured. So he, in a delusional state, has an imaginary Bruce Lee train him
Okay.
to get
What?
better at the karate.
Yeah.
That's the plot. That's not a lie. That's what happens.
That kind of sounds amazing.
Yes.
Honestly.
we had a previous segment way back in the day where it was you have to watch a movie, and Brad had me watch this movie.
Yes, I did.
And it was just like, where the hell did Bruce Lee come from? Just had
Yes,
Bruce
Ed.
Lee. He's now in the
he-
suburbs. Like,
He trained himself by imagining Bruce Lee training him. And look at Van Damme doing the splits between
oh,
the ropes. Look at that dude sitting on that other dude for whatever reason. Sit-ups, kind of. With those shorts, I think there
the
might be some
dialogue
different
is
reason.
just so priceless. in
It
this
looks
one.
amazing. Oh my
Ask them about their underwear. Yeah.
This is,
So yeah.
They're
And
probably
if
not
you-
wearing any.
this
No,
is
not
one of
with
those
shorts.
movies that, like, Elvira would be introducing in between commercials
Oh yeah.
as just like, you watching USA Up all night. Like,
Okay.
One thing that I did notice on a rewatch, because I do watch this occasionally, the end fight scene where Mr. Van Damme and the other guy, I can't remember his name, that's the fan I am, are fighting. It looks weird because it's slowed down.
Mm.
Because these guys, Van Damme himself and the actor, were fighting too fast to do the
Okay.
moves and stuff. So they actually had to slow it down a couple frames. So it looks awkward, but it looks great. It looks great. So yeah, no
I'm so
retreat, no
into it.
surrender.
It looks 80s coded as fuck. Like,
Mhm.
Coach, you were happy you had to
Feathered
watch
hair.
I did. No, I was all into it. I was
Is
just
this-
like,
does this sit above or below Mac and Me?
Oh god.
oh, it's way
Oh,
above.
Jesus,
It's way
let's do this.
above Mac and me.
You're not
Listen, we are
sully
not
the good
hug-
name of No
yes,
Retreat, No
I
Surrender
mean,
with the
like,
Mac and Me's.
We
Okay.
are not throwing paraplegic children off of a cliff in this
Mhm.
movie. We are
Or drinking
creating.
Pepsi.
We are creating paraplegics by kicking them in the spine.
Okay, right.
Ah.
That's
Okay.
right. That's right. Yeah, I had that haircut. The feathered haircut.
I
I know
can
I have
see
Van
it,
Damme's haircut because I
honestly,
just pulled it back.
Everybody had that haircut.
My hair started thinning when I was like 14, so I didn't have that haircut, guys. Sorry. All right, next slide.
Next slide, please.
Okay. Why do I
Alita
not know
Battle
what this is?
Angel.
Oh, okay.
The recent one from Michael Rodriguez about, well, cyborgs in the future
Okay.
and bounty hunting and fancy roller skating and just
Fancy roller skating.
fancy roller skating.
Yeah, what if we gave attractive tweens F me eyes?
Yes.
Oh my god. Help.
And this movie got a lot of heat because of the obvious CGI and just the fact that it was silly. It was a silly anime. It's a really cool manga. And there's like 700 volumes. And I picked one up. I'm like, oh, this would be cool. And then I looked at the rest of the bin. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of these volumes. I don't know which one to pick. So I just grabbed one and read it. And it was really great.
Okay.
And I watched the anime, and when I saw they're making an actual movie of this, I was happy. But my God, I think I'm the only one that's happy about this because nobody else liked it.
All right.
I thought it was okay.
No,
It was bad.
I loved it so much.
I've never seen it, so when it came
yeah.
up, I was like, I don't know what this is. Sadly, unfortunately.
It's got Christoph Waltz in it,
Okay.
and Edward Norton, and
Jennifer Connelly and
Jennifer Connelly, Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala
Mahershala.
That's it. God.
Mahershala.
So you have like some Oscar-winning actors that are all following around this. Well, pre-Megan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Megan 0.5.
Well, this I don't know. The effects were really great. The fights.
Hold
were
on to your
cool.
vaginas.
Hold on to your
Okay.
vaginas.
Fuck.
Yeah. No, this is one that's I don't know, maybe just because of the history, but I watch this one often.
I was gonna say this doesn't look like something to be super terribly guilty about. Like it looks the stills are lit.
Well,
man.
when I tell
like it.
people, "Oh, I like that movie," they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, shut up. You don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Walk away."
Just like any art, film is subjective, guys. Like
That's right.
there's no right or wrong here with any of this. I don't think.
And look, at the end, she gets a sword. So what the
That's
hell?
all we want.
Oh, and there's robot dogs in it too.
Oh hell yeah.
Yes.
Everyone's a robot in this except for one guy, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Even the
cyborg.
dogs, guys. Even the dogs.
Even the dogs.
All
And then
right,
we can
final
move
one.
on
Ready?
to my number one.
All right, here it goes.
Oh, Masters of the Universe.
Oh.
All
Masters
right.
of
I
the
swear I'm having a deja vu moment here.
Chris is going to leave me for
we have
you.
done this before.
I
Yeah.
love this movie.
I love this movie so much, and I was a huge He-Man fan as a kid. I had the toys. I didn't know there was a cartoon until I stumbled across it, and then I was completely enamored and realized I had a backstory for all the all my toys. I'm like, shit, this is
Okay.
getting better and better. And then they said they're making a movie. I'm like, this is going to be the greatest movie in the world.
And it was.
And it was and is. I don't
Oh,
care. Me and a buddy of mine were big He-Man fans, and in a rare action and kindness from my family, they took us to the movies and sent us off, and we sat and we watched this movie. And I'm like, this is so cool. Oh my God. Look at they were in our universe now too. And oh wow, Tila.
I've become very familiar with a lot of these characters recently. So.
I will credit Tila for jump starting something in my adolescence. I'm not going to lie.
Sure.
And then I also had Dolph Lundgren to thank for that as well.
Okay.
And
coming from every side, man.
Yeah, every angle.
Yes. No, you're getting it from the left and the right. And it's so bad, but I love it so much.
I've not seen it, but I know there is a new Masters of the Universe movie coming.
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is.
I need to see this probably, and I
Is it
know,
with Hemsworth?
But you should. Like,
it has Jared Leto as Skeletor,
as Skeletor.
Oh yeah, I'm so down. And
which in my household has been a point of concern. I would say,
really,
but yeah, Chris is
just
a
keep
bit concerned
saying
about
he's
that.
an Oscar-winning actor.
And that's what I said. I was like,
And
I
you
think he can
can't
be pretty
take that
great
away
sometimes.
from him. You can't take that away from him. I'm sorry everyone didn't like his Joker or his Morbius or whatever he's doing next.
Sure.
This is an Oscar-winning actor. Oh, he's in Tron. That's it. Tron's
that's coming too, and I know that's also a point of fear in some way. So yeah,
no way, he's awesome. But I will say, not seeing it, this is awesomer.
And it looks
got
80s
Courtney
as
Cox in
fuck.
it.
I know. I was about to say you didn't even have a picture of Courtney Cox in here.
Because I didn't have a crush on Courtney Cox. I had a crush on Tila and He-Man.
Yeah.
Right.
See,
Fair.
us on the East Coast here, we have the Bruce Springsteen Courtney Cox thing, where
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And I'm not gonna lie, Evil Lynn also helped. With
Oh
stuff.
yeah, Meg Foster. Oh my God, with
Oh,
those eyes.
yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, she was great. Yeah, this is my absolute number one guilty pleasure of no guilt.
Yeah, no guilt,
Because he
man.
has
Zero.
the power. And
Frank
Good
Langella.
choice.
Did you say Frank? Did you even talk about Frank Langella? Like how
Yes.
great he was? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Him just, there's that one scene where for no real reason he's sitting on the throne monologuing, but he is all crept over. And he's got the hood down and he's just looking and he's talking to nobody and everyone's just kind of mulling around him. They're kind of looking like, hey, Skeletor's talking again. Like, but yeah, he was so good in it. And this actually had something that I was never really attuned to was a post-credit sequence.
Oh, okay.
Anybody ever see that?
No,
I don't know if
not
I've seen it.
so.
Yeah, at the end of the credits and all that, because I sat for the credits because I had to see who was in this movie and
You were like,
hopefully
I
they
just
make
had
another one.
bro. Like,
And out of nowhere, Skeletor pops up from water or lava
Oh yeah. Okay, I have
at
seen
the
it.
screen and says, "I'll be back."
Yeah, right.
And I was
Won't
like,
be.
"Yes."
Yeah.
And then he wasn't.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anybody else went back to the theater to see this. But when this plays back again in 100 years, and Dolph Lundgren's still looking as good as he ever would, I will go see this again in the theater.
And I think what this told me is that when the new movie comes out, I'm bringing Chris on this show because he knows what the fuck is up with Masters of the Universe for real. And yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna
him
be
and I'll
like,
just
come on
brag
and
back and forth.
sit on the
him and I'll-
podcast with us and talk some Motu.
I've got my one He-Man guy. He's over there. And it's He-Man.
I have one now. I have Man at Arms that rides around in my car. It's like a little tiny figure, like
Cool.
this size. Chris bought it at a toy show and was like, just think of me, put it in your car. I was like, sure. That's his favorite guy. So,
That's nice. I like him.
all right. So, we're going to move on to Mr. Coach Dave, if you're nasty. I don't know why I keep saying that. And I've been saying it for weeks, but I
Yeah,
can't
you've
help
got to
it.
keep saying it now.
Mhm.
It's
It
the
has
Janet
to be a
Jackson.
staple of the show.
Yeah, right. I think it has become one. I'm making it one. I don't care what anybody else thinks. Like,
no problem.
all right. And Mr. Coach coming with the AI.
Oh, that's
the
so
shame
good.
lady.
So Coach does have some
I-
shame.
listen,
does?
Yeah, I will say 2 out of the 3. There is a
Okay.
little bit of shame.
Oh.
One is I didn't do any honorable mention. I kind of struggled with this just because, like,
It's hard.
It is hard.
Mhm.
And it's like, what is actually a guilty pleasure? Like, my guilty pleasure is probably the same as a lot of people,
Sure.
or at least my number
Yeah.
3. But yeah, I think when we originally pitched this, I was like, what are you ashamed of that you like? And I
struggle with
enjoyed
that
the what AI spit out.
So
way too
good.
much.
I like the
It's so
sideways
good.
glance you're giving her.
Well, it's because I know what she looks like underneath the head veil.
That's true.
Okay, right. There it is.
That would be Miss Hannah Waddington.
Yes, I love her.
Mm.
But you're like, you kind of look like, why you following me, lady?
I like what I like, damn it.
I just want my popcorn and movies.
Yeah,
Right.
she's angry.
Are you ready for first slide?
I'm ready for the first one.
Okay.
Oh,
Ah.
okay.
Oh,
Brendan
okay. So
Fraser.
yeah, I think I put them out of order, but
But here's one of them.
But here is number 2. So as I try and do 2 things of looking up my slides as well as comment about it, George of the Jungle, the Disney version. It was one of those that just I would play constantly in the video stores when I had my video stores, and it was
It's a
the
safe
music
choice.
and Brendan Fraser. This is at peak charm, Brendan Fraser.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is pre the whale, Brendan Fraser.
Yes, this is also peak abs. Brendan
Yeah,
Fraser
this-
as
this
well.
was-
He was
This
way
was
jacked.
Jim Fraser, yeah. Good God.
So, just a great overall movie. It's funny. A lot of people now my age have been using the wedding song at the end of this in their
Oh,
weddings,
really?
where the
Interesting.
dance song. Yeah.
That's great.
So it was fun. That's been a TikTok thing for a couple months now.
Okay.
That's great. No, this was a good movie. I love this.
I've never seen it, but
It's a 90-minute. Like he did 2 of these back to back. He did George of the Jungle and Dudley Do Right.
Mhm.
If you
Yeah.
just watch George of
Oh,
the
shit.
Jungle, like it's a 90
Yeah.
minutes of fun.
Yeah.
okay. I'm down.
Alrighty, we can go to the next one.
Number 4.
So this was my number
Ah.
3.
Oh.
Which-
This is number 3.
this is number
Oh,
3.
I didn't do anything. I swear there was
No, I
on my
did it
end.
wrong. So Point Break to me is the quintessential, like, yes, I know that it's maybe a 25% good film,
Yep.
but 100% great movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. With,
Yes.
like, I mean,
well
Ronald
said.
Reagan masks and like beach
Just it's,
trash. Like, yeah. Hell yeah.
it's just it's Swayze being Keanu in real life and
Mhm.
Keanu being Swayze in real life.
Okay.
Of
Right.
just like, and then you throw was it Nick Nolte in there? Just
Gary Busey.
Gary, tomato.
yeah. Real.
A little bit,
real,
little bit.
real.
A little bit.
You know, throw a little bit of Lori Petty with the pixie cut back in the day, and
She was hot.
you know everybody wants to see someone get changed with the towel on.
Yeah, that was cool.
that was something I didn't know possible. That was like when Young Dave was just like, "What do you mean they can take their bra off without taking their shirt off?"
Yeah, that was
Okay.
weird.
And there was a remake
That's
of this
witchcraft
I
as
have
far
not
as I'm
seen.
concerned. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That's freaking witchcraft.
I'm
And it
sorry,
had the guy
Chad.
from Red Hot Chili Peppers in it.
Oh, Anthony Kiedis.
Anthony
He
Kiedis.
shot his foot
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, he did. Great scream.
I was gonna say there was a remake of this too, which I have
A
not seen.
war child.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah,
No, thank you. I won't
there
be
wasn't.
watching that.
yeah.
Was not.
Yeah,
There was-
there's not.
I'm not guilty of any pleasure with that.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
I was kind of fascinated by it because I loved this movie growing up for sure. I watched it a ton. And
It looks like a X Games movie, basically.
Yeah.
With like, it's just like we have a little bit of plot, but we don't really have a plot. But
sure.
you know,
We kind of have
Games.
one.
yeah,
Yeah,
sure it's somewhere.
And
It's
Rob
plot
Banks.
adjacent,
They're
guys.
surfers that rob banks.
All
And
right.
Right.
the FBI's got to take them down.
And my number 1,
Okay.
Oh my god, I love this movie. I totally
do
forgot
too.
about this movie.
It's a good one, man.
Listen,
One-
one,
Good.
it is a
It's got such
Stand-
good music.
it's an IP, Josie and the Pussycats.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
It is an IP that goes after the capitalistic music system as a whole, with
Yes.
representatives of every single bit of it. You have Parker Posey, who is the
Yes.
aging, who just wants to be one of the girls. You have Alan Cummings, who is the ruthless studio assistant.
He's
You
got
have
that,
the Du Jour with
The
their
boy
famous
band.
song, boy band Du Jour, with their famous song "Backdoor Lover,"
Uh-huh.
with Seth Green, Donald Faison.
This is a great movie.
Listen,
Totally
there
I agree.
are bangers in
Yes.
this movie, like absolute bangers.
You're
Chad,
gonna have
you look like
to.
you're staring through me at this point. Have you ever seen Josie and the Pussycats?
Oh, I love this.
Oh, I
so
love
fun.
this. Is great. Okay.
Parker
Like, I could
Posey,
do-
for real.
I think I could do a solid hour on Josie and the Pussycats.
Oh my god, I love this movie.
Wait for Coach's spinoff.
And this
Josie
was
and
not.
the
I was gonna say, this
Potty
was
Cats.
not
Coach and the
well received.
Pussycats.
No,
At
people
all.
fucking hated it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think this shit is funny. I love
No,
it.
it is.
I think they went a little too far, where it was like
Too meta.
little
it
silly.
was too meta. It was meta before meta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel.
And
that.
then like they were everywhere before it came out, they were like on the cover of the Rolling Stone, like they were everywhere before this thing, and it just kind of, and it was, we got, you know, the main she's all that girl, we got the
Rachel Lee
American
Cook.
Pie girl, we got Rosario Dawson, you
Tara,
know,
what's her name? Tara.
Tara Reid.
Tara Reid.
Reid. Yes. Okay.
Mhm.
And
and
Rachel
it's-
Lee Cook, right?
Yep,
Mhm.
Rachel Lee
Okay,
Cook.
that's what I
And
thought you said,
they
yeah.
even do this weird super meta of the meta where the Tara Reid character is attracted, or saying she is not attracted to Carson Daly while she's dating Carson Daly. and
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cute.
Well, it's like it's kind of this uncommon sort of like teen movie in a way that
hmm
is so much smarter, I think, than what it actually is trying to portray itself as.
100%.
So like
Yeah.
it's really like I mean there's just so many layers to this in a way. Like is it brilliant? Maybe
Yeah.
not exactly, but it's like kind of approaching that in a
No,
way because
No,
fucking
there's
clever,
so
though.
much
Like,
going on.
yeah.
the
Like,
subliminal messaging of
Yes.
pink is the new orange.
mhm.
Like Snapple is the new Gatorade.
Yep.
Like, and just the way that trends are created, and
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I think it opens with basically a banger, the girls running around, and then it pivots to the music video of Backdoor Lover into them in the plane.
Backdoor lover.
And like there's a line when Alan Cummings is basically the Du Jour has found out of all the evil in they have a hint of the bad stuff going on, and Alan
Mhm.
Cummings says we need to ditch the plane and basically put the Chevy to the levee. And I remember that line is just like, oh
No, you
man, that
didn't.
is so
No, you
perfect.
Didn't. That's so good.
So yeah, I've gone on a little too long, but again, look forward to
Never.
my hour-long introspective on Josie and the Pussy.
Okay, right.
No,
That
you
was-
haven't gone on long enough.
I was gonna say that was an excellent choice for real.
So
We
good.
need
Yes.
an entire episode dedicated
really-
to Josie
I'm
and the
really-
Pussycats.
I'm really jealous that it didn't show up on my list now. I totally
Me
fucking forgot
too.
about it. I love
God.
this movie.
An inspired choice, dude. Very,
Yes.
very good.
We
Fuck.
do need maybe a watch along of guilty pleasures with all of our reactions.
Facts.
With all of our reactions, I could.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I would get
Mhm.
down for that.
Big
Yeah.
facts.
Big Bob.
All right. And then I think from here on, I think I'm going to go, and then we're gonna save Miss Carly for last.
Okay.
The best for
This
last.
is her
I mean,
topic.
as I
This
put
is gonna
pressure
be
on
the-
her, I don't know. Like,
I have so many fucking what's it called? Honorable mentions. It's ridiculous.
Perfect.
you're the only one with honorable mentions tonight because
Jeez.
I'm bringing my red and black.
Red
track.
and
Yeah.
black, red and black, red and black.
And I have 3 movies because I follow the rules. No,
That's
I'm just
right.
kidding. No, not really.
I'm a rule breaker.
And my first movie, okay, guys, listen. And I know we've said it before. Like,
Hear me
don't
out.
judge me. I enjoy all these movies, and I don't feel any shame in my game with this. And all of mine come with a quote tonight from the movie itself because they just all have memorable moments for me that make me LOL in real life. And my first slide is going to be Coyote Ugly.
Piper
Yeah.
Paraboo. Hello, Piper.
And she says, Piedmont, North Dakota. You ever tell anyone that? I'll kill you. This movie is just, it's trash in every single possible way. However,
Wait a minute.
it's enjoyable
I know
trash.
why you picked this one. I know why you picked this one.
John Goodman.
Yes.
That
Yes.
lovable bear.
Everyone knows my dad fetish.
Papa John Goodman.
Papa John.
And I mean, that's not exactly it, but I was laughing at that tonight as I picked this, and I was like, shit, guys. Like, I mean, I guess there's continuity from the show. Like I like John Goodman. But this, it's just such a pleasant and fun and easy breezy, like lay on the sofa on a Saturday or Sunday on your day off and like Coyote Ugly's on. I guess I'll watch the last 50 minutes of it. Like that kind of shit. Like that's just what it feels like to me. It's not good. And I think objectively it's kind of not good. Like I think kind of universally everyone knows this is not good. But
we can say it. Her music sucks.
But yeah, it does. Can't fight the
But her
moonlight.
dancing is great.
You're not there for the music.
Yeah, that's true.
This was basically sold as softcore porn to teenage boys.
I could feel
Yeah.
that for sure. Yeah, that feels
Yeah.
about right.
Mhm.
But it's
And
just
we
so
bought it.
Yeah.
yeah, it's fun, man. It's just fun as shit.
When I turn 21, there'll be girls dancing on the bar everywhere I go.
Yeah.
There were other quotes that kind of alluded more to that I almost picked, but this was the one that like made me laugh the hardest. And I was like, okay, this one feels right. So yeah, Coyote Ugly, guys, like
Great choice.
don't feel shame in your game. Watch
No.
you some Coyote Ugly 75
Mhm.
times, in my
Yes.
opinion. All right. So next for me. Fuck. We have Wish Upon.
Ooh, I haven't seen that.
Oh, let me introduce you to Wish Upon. This is a trashy, awful PG-13 horror movie that feels very Final Destination-esque in a lot of ways.
Okay.
About a girl who finds like a box that grants her wishes, essentially, but the wishes come at a cost.
Oh, of
And
course.
the cost
As they do.
is
Damn
some
monkey
Final
paws.
Destination-esque shit that like it's like one of those like people are gonna die, but like exactly how are these hoes gonna die because now things have been set in motion and all that kind of shit. It's so bad, but it's the right kind of bad. And the best quote line from this movie
I'd say
is,
read this quote line because my God.
your dad is like serious hot sauce, like sriracha hot. And I die every time I hear that shit. It's about Ryan. She's referring to Ryan Phillippe.
Oh.
He's hot.
Yes.
This is just it's
Not
magic.
ghost pepper hot sauce, but sriracha, sure.
Okay, right. It's my friend Juan. Shout out Juan.
Hey, one.
We won.
Yeah, he was like, Have you never seen this? Why? You need to watch this. And one night I was like, you know what? I'm finna watch this. Like, I'm gonna watch it right now because I have nothing else going on. And I was so glad that I did.
The word of Juan.
It's just so it's wonderful, guys. It's such a great time at the movies. It's such a great time in front of your TV. It's so bad, but it's the right kind of bad, like I said. And
Okay.
Wish Upon PG-13 horror doesn't really get a whole lot better than this, in my opinion. It's magic. And really quick side tangent, since we're talking about hot sauce. Last night, guys, I went to a place called Dave's Hot Chicken that just opened here in Jacksonville. I know it's a chain. And as we enter the place, they describe what's going on there. And they were like, we have 7 levels of spice with our shit. And if you go for the hottest one, which is called Reaper, you have to sign a waiver.
Oh, jeez.
That. Fuck that.
Because you could die. And I was like, oh, well, I'm going to do that.
Of course.
So I
I
got
live
wrong
right
with you?
on the edge.
I got the 2, and I got one in Reaper and one in extra hot because I love exceptionally spicy shit, guys.
Okay.
So I signed my waiver, handed it back, got my copy of it for, I guess, like lawyer purposes or whatever. I guess if I die.
Death
You got it,
certificate
faxed it
reasons.
over to your lawyer. Got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fax it.
And let me assure you that this was one of the worst experiences I've ever gone through in my life.
Oh,
I
no.
love hot shit, but it was a slog to get through. I ate my entire sandwich. And like 3 hours later, when I laid down in bed for the
Yeah.
night, like I got through the initial part of it. It wasn't great. Like my face, my mouth, my lips, my everything was numb. And
Sorry, you said that
Did they
like
give
that
you
one
any milk?
song.
Did they give you any milk?
yeah, I was like, I should have got a milkshake with this shit because this is not okay. Like,
No, I
what
know
I'm
the song
dealing-
you're thinking of,
Yeah,
Dave. I
is it
know
it's the Cardi B song, right? That's how you.
my lips, my
The way you rattled it off. Brad,
But it was-
wait, hold on a second. Wave, Brad. There's your short.
I think
put
so.
that next
Yeah,
to
I
Nick's.
gotta try and figure that
And
out.
My lips, my
Good call.
My
good
back,
call.
my
Oh, so good.
and my crack. Yep.
Oh yeah, so good.
But yeah, it was awful, guys, and yeah, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, the hot sauce made me think of it, and yeah, it was terrible. So I survived it though. I'm not dead, at least yet, and I'm gonna imagine if I would have died, it would have been by now. So
Mhm.
anyway, my final choice, and boy, if there's anything I feel the guiltiest about, it's probably this choice. And the quote, Nicole
Oh my
Forever.
God, this is a
Emma.
great movie, though.
I love this movie. I've seen it 700 times. Reese Witherspoon, Mark
Mhm.
Wahlberg. It's a trashy teen romance thriller drama, home invasion. Like it's just everything.
dog killing.
Mhm.
Dog killing.
William Peterson's in it. Yeah, the dog
Ooh.
dies. Dog heads are flying through the doggy door. Like I mean,
Alyssa
everything.
Milano in this?
Yes.
Doesn't he break her neck in the woods?
I don't remember that part.
I've
but
seen
I
it
know she
700
gets,
times, but
raped
somehow
and
I don't.
stuff.
Yeah, it's not light.
Not pleasant.
Yeah,
It's
she's
very
like
not like-
freaking out or something like that, and Marky Mark like twists her head
Maybe.
off in the woods.
But there is legitimately 2 points in this movie that will live rent free in my head for the rest of my life, and that is
Mhm.
him
Roller
fingering
coaster.
her on a roller coaster.
Yes, that's right. Wild horses.
Wild horses. Yes.
We all remember that.
Oh
Yes.
yes.
First thing that popped in everyone's head. Yep.
And him carving Nicole Forever EVA
Oh.
into his chest
Mm,
His perfect.
I mean,
Calvin Klein
as
chest.
one does.
yes.
But I love this movie. I think it's so fun. It is 90s as shit. It just nothing has ever felt more 90s than Fear. And there's no shame in my game. I think it's so fun and I love it. And yeah.
Wonderful
Fear, guys.
choices. Wonderful choices.
Oh dear. They're choices. I don't know about they're wonderful, but they are
They are
choices.
your wonderful choices.
Okay,
That's
right. My
right.
wonderful choices.
I'm gonna look that up to see if she had her head twisted off. I think it's Alyssa Milano. Don't know why.
Yeah, no, she
Could
definitely.
be.
I'm pretty sure she dies in it for sure. It's been quite a number of years now since I've seen it, but when I was like a little girl and like a goth boy growing up, like I watched this a lot, and I just said little girl. Okay, anyway.
I know what you meant, Chad.
know what You know what you meant.
And with that, we're going to go on to the most iconic imagery that this podcast will ever know.
The blue
that
and yellow.
is this.
Ooh, look at that blue and yellow.
Beautiful.
Mm.
And from what it sounds like, we have quite a number of.
Oh my
honorable
God.
mentions
Don't worry.
tonight.
I won't talk much about it.
No, you're good.
Just
You
kidding.
enjoy
Yes,
yourself.
we do.
You take your time.
Okay. I do have several honorable mentions here because I love terrible movies.
Jason X.
Yes, we have. Well, the first one is The Toxic Avenger, which of course I absolutely love this movie. It's ultra
So good.
violent, so funny. Love it.
And there's a remake coming out.
This summer,
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know about
Yeah.
that.
With Peter Dinklage.
Yeah,
Dinklage
Peter
is the
Dinklage.
lead.
Yep. Bringing the dink.
We'll see. We'll see how it is. I hope it's not bad. I like Macon Blair. He's the one who's directing it, so
Okay.
we'll see. But then we have Stay Tuned, which is a great early 90s gem. I don't know if
Okay.
you guys have seen that. That's
No, I've not
Pam
even
Seen
Dogger.
that.
I think John Ritter. Oh my
Oh,
God, they get
yes.
sucked into the
Oh.
TV.
Yes, yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
basically a riff on like all of the early 90s stuff. They make fun of like Janet Jackson, SNL, Wayne's World, all
Okay.
sorts of stuff. It's
I
a
would
fun
watch
one.
this.
It's good. Then of course Roadhouse, which is the best
Oh, yes.
throat ripping movie ever made.
This doesn't belong on any guilty pleasure list. This belongs on an Oscar.
Oscar,
win,
the
like,
greatest of all time.
Yes. So don't even.
And like Dalton, who would even think that there would be like famous bouncers in the 80s that people know their names?
Okay,
But
right.
apparently they did. So
All I have ever aspired to want is Dalton's apartment.
Yeah.
That would
loft?
just
all we
the
want.
loft. I
Literally.
just want I
Yeah.
want the loft on a farm that overlooks a
looks
lake
the water. Yep.
that Kelly Lynch is right against the wall.
That's
That's
right.
all I've ever wanted.
She'll be your sexy nurse.
Yeah.
Straight. Doctor.
Five.
Let's not minimize.
She was
She's a
a
doctor.
doctor.
She went to school for
I'm
a reason.
sorry. Right. She did go to school for a reason.
And Wade Garrett there.
We got my
Okay.
son coming in here saying goodnight really quick.
Let him do it.
Good night.
Wholesome alert. I love him. He's so sweet. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he's the best. He's the best.
All right. Okay. Then we have Blind Fury.
I love this movie.
Oh, good. Have
I
anybody else
freaking-
seen it?
I have not.
Oh, it's Rutger Hauer. He's a Vietnam vet who's blind. It's just, it's
Oh hell yeah.
total
Yep,
cheese.
It's the old grenade in the face, blinds him, walks his way through a village who train him how to be blind,
And be a sword fighter. He
and a
comes
sword
back.
fighting blind dude,
As you do.
As you
Yes.
as you do.
do. As one does.
It's
And
fantastic.
the greatest
Love it.
scene ever is when he chops that dude in half and he falls out the window, and it's very poorly animated as this two haps come across a la Darth Maul. It's so
Oh
good.
no. And then, of course, my last honorable mention is Jason X, which
Cinema, bitch.
right? Absolute
Cinema.
cinema. They totally understood the assignment. They didn't take themselves seriously. I love it when a horror movie goes to space.
Yes.
Leprechaun in space. I mean, Jason X.
Mhm.
Honestly,
can-
of the entire Friday the 13th franchise, I think this has two of the best kills
Right?
of the entire franchise in this thing. There's the like
The
nitrogen like
yep, the
face
cryogenic
smash
or whatever. Yeah, the nitrogen.
and the spiral like you know what I mean? Like whatever.
Oh
that is,
yeah,
like,
yeah. No, that was a good one. I also
Ah.
liked in the fake scenes where he's killing the women, the girls in the sleeping bags.
yeah,
That
with the
was pretty
sleeping bag.
funny.
Hell yeah. It's so good. I laughed so much. And I think they wanted us to laugh.
Oh,
Like, I
yes.
intentionally laughed so much in this
Well,
movie because they knew what they
absolutely.
were doing. And
Didn't one of the other characters call Jason Slappy?
oh, that's very possible.
Hey, Slappy.
It's possible. I don't remember that part.
I
but
remember
yeah.
that part just because I thought, what is this?
I think it's better if they did.
Kill
That's
this
for
dude.
sure.
I just remember there was one character who said that this sucks before she got sucked out of the
Yes.
like the little hole in the ship. Yeah. Ugh.
And this was like post Matrix, so they had that like robot woman who was like doing Matrix like
Yes.
fight moves.
Oh,
and
she was
I was
great.
crying laughing. It was so good. It's a classic for me for sure.
Yes. Agreed.
He's been upgraded. Oh, you
Mhm.
think?
Yep.
Uber Jason.
All right,
Yep.
ready for next one?
I am.
Okay.
All right, Romy and Michelle's high school reunion.
Perfect.
I
My
love
homosexual
this movie.
panic just kicked in.
I just, the two characters, Lisa Kudrow and Mira Sorvina, they play Romy and Michelle, and they are just so sweet. They're so dumb, but they're
Mhm.
airheads. They're likable.
They're adorable.
You got to root for them. They really think that they have their shit together until they find out that their 10-year high school reunion is coming up. And then they were like, oh, no, we don't.
Okay, right. I'll
But
never forget when they go in and ask for the busy businesswoman like lunch special at the diner or whatever. She's like, "We're busy businesswomen." And I'm like, oh my god.
We're professional business women or whatever. Do you have that special?
It's so amazing.
Do you think the fact that Lisa Kudrow has friends' money is the reason why there hasn't been a Romy and Michelle's high school reunion too?
That could be
I don't know. I really feel like they could, because what was the last thing we saw Mira Sorvino in?
Yeah, real.
like she kind of just dropped
Yeah.
off the face of the earth. Is
I mean,
that
this
like,
has like
She
I
was in
think
that
the
Jet
kind
Li
of-
movie.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
This has
That's
the
it.
kind of audience though that I think could like the nostalgia.
There'd be a
Yeah, they'll want to
resurgence.
see
There'd be a
more.
resurgence to this, yeah.
I mean, Alan Cummings is. I mean, he's.
Yes.
We can pull him off whatever stage he's doing, whatever weird clown thing, and just
Right.
hey, listen, we're gonna shoot for about 15 days, and like this seems like such a like perfect like a Hulu exclusive. Like,
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, it would be a slam dunk.
I just love the fact that they try to lie and say that they've invented post-it notes.
Yes.
It's like, and then of course Janine Garofalo's character shows up.
With
She's
her like
"No, you didn't."
fast smoking
She's like-
cigarettes.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's like,
really
"You
getting
didn't do
cigarette.
that." the fast burning cigarette. So for the girl on the go, I think.
yes, this was an excellent choice, man. Like I haven't seen this in forever, but I've seen it 700 times for real.
It's a good one, especially when I love that it's not too. I mean, like I was even able to watch it with my 13-year-old
Oh,
daughter.
sure.
There's a
Yeah.
couple of scenes that are kind of questionable, but I
Yeah.
do really like the part where Mira Sorvino's character, she's basically just saying like she pretends like she's having
Raoul,
like
or whatever his name
Raoul,
is.
you were so great. Or whatever. It's like
Yes.
so amazing, just so they can use his car. She's like,
Excellent.
no, I'm not really gonna do that. Okay, I'm ready for the next
Good
one.
choice, yo.
Very good choice.
Turbo Kid.
Okay.
I just watched this.
I have never
What'd
seen
you
it.
think, Brad?
I thought it was fantastic.
Right?
I thought it
Oh.
was so ridiculous, but Turbo Kid had his shit together. Really
I
had his
know.
shit together.
You know,
And
it's
Apple is hilarious. I was killing
Oh.
myself laughing with everything she did.
she's
like,
so
why are
sweet.
you-
I love
Why
her.
are you trying to get rid of this girl, dude? Like, I would just follow this girl around everywhere just to be entertained. Like, oh yeah,
Oh
And they
yeah,
had the
she's
BMXs that I wanted. That was
yes. Well, I mean, it's so funny because it's basically a low budget post apocalyptic movie that takes place in 1997.
Okay,
But
right.
it-
Right.
Yeah, it does a really great job at emulating the 80s from the opening logo to the music playing.
the comic
Um,
books.
it's-
What he has the little widgets he has to trade just to get water.
Oh, exactly. It's kind of like a more believable Mad Max, where the main mode of
Yeah.
transportation are BMX bikes. Because,
Right.
I mean, who has gas, right?
Yeah, gas expires. You don't always have it.
Yeah. I love that they're all riding around on bikes, that it's like totally taken seriously. Because, so,
It looks ridiculous, but they have the music edge to it, so it's like
yes.
there's some high stakes here. Like, look how fast they're going in that still.
Oh,
Right.
and
That is a
The-
Turbo Kid.
yeah, the music is great. Michael Ironside is, of course, the main bad guy.
So good.
It's basically, and it is so over the top in certain scenes where it's like violent and bloody, but it's almost like a Looney Tunes type violence.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
very funny. It's like it's meant to be in a funny, not serious, like it's not supposed to make you feel what's the word?
Dread.
Yeah, no, it's
Dread or
funny.
panic
It's
or,
very
like-
funny. So,
Yeah.
Okay,
I love
Turbo
this
Kid
movie.
On my
Great
radar.
choice.
yes, you have to watch it,
Yeah,
Chad.
you have to.
I think you'll love it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready for my last one.
All right. Here it goes, guys.
Love Potion number
Oh,
9.
Oh yes.
Yes.
And I
I
actually
haven't seen
just,
this in ages.
dude, I just rewatched it last night. I was like, I don't know if it's going to hold up, but to me, it does.
Okay.
Of course, there is one scene in particular where I don't think that they would be able to do it at all. Where
Nope.
Tate Donovan's character basically goes to a rush week at a sorority house and uses the love potion. It's a very funny scene, and I get it. The girls are all of age, but it's just like, ooh, is that technically a rape?
Okay, right.
Yeah, it's definitely it's based.
They're
Questionable.
consenting while not consenting.
Right.
Take a
This
step
episode of
back,
things that wouldn't
But-
be made today.
To be fair, nobody in the movie is consenting that they use it on.
Yeah,
So I mean,
That's it.
so you got to kind of. I mean, I get it. It's kind of
It's
yeah,
Nate walking into a sorority and drugging everybody.
yeah. That part is a little. That's the only part
It's a
that
funny
didn't really
movie.
age very
See, I
well.
love edgy
Yes.
choices like this. I love it. And I love
Oh,
things
they-
that can be made today for real. Like
Oh yeah, no, they definitely would not be able to include that part in it, like at
No.
all.
No.
But no, it's. I thought it was a sweet movie, but
Look at
Yeah, that
Sandy
one
Bullock.
Oh my god! And I know
Bullock,
they made a
Little Sandy Bullock.
they did a great job at doing the before and after before she goes
Yes.
through her,
Sure.
gets her makeover.
So she's all that before she's all that.
Yes.
Right.
She was
They
going to
took
be
the
this.
glasses off, and suddenly she's stunning. It's like
She's glasses and a ponytail. Ew.
Ew, so
Ew.
gross. That's another movie that almost showed up on the list too. I love Not Another Teen Movie.
oh, I do too.
Good
Oh,
one.
yeah,
So yeah, but that's my number one.
yeah.
That's
Is
great.
there,
guys.
does anybody have any ones to kind of add that they didn't think of at the time, but has been inspired by this? I like overall, like the one thing that popped on my radar, I was like, oh man, I should have put down The Wraith.
Oh,
Oh, that's a
With
good
Charlie
one.
Sheen.
that is
Yeah.
a good
Yeah.
one, real.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Gutter Boy and
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean,
like
there were
there's a
ton of
couple
things I
like I'm
thought
going
of,
through the
but-
list. And I'm like, oh man, I really
Yeah, I was kind of thinking of a few, but one that I really do enjoy is that probably should have went on the list also, or at least an honorable mention, was Action Jackson,
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
yeah.
which is freaking tastic.
Or similar to that is you're my personal favorite. Remo Williams and
Remo Williams.
that's a
The
good one.
Adventure Begins. Oh,
Mhm.
we got to do
Which-
another watch vlog with
who
them,
did
man.
who did I hear that would be like a perfect recast for that?
I think I heard the same thing. I can't remember his
The
name, though.
Punisher, John Barenthal.
Oh, Barenthal.
Oh
okay.
yeah, yeah. No,
Yes,
that would be a good
I
one.
would totally watch that. I might go watch this again. Named after a bedpan.
right. But
Oh.
one more time before we get out of here tonight, I want Brad to one more time go over the rules for the $200 giveaway that is coming up once we hit 500 subscribers, which is imminent, guys. You can help us
Yes.
get there, and one of you will be $200 richer after this.
Yeah, like Chad said, we are approaching on 500 subscribers. So once we get 500 subscribers, you can be a lucky participant and get yourself $200. But you got to do a few things. One, you have to subscribe to the Scene Invaders podcast YouTube channel.
Please.
Two, you have to share the Scene Invaders podcast YouTube channel on any social media of your choice.
Mhm.
And three, the fun one, you have to comment on every YouTube version of the podcast on the Scene Invaders podcast YouTube channel.
That's
It's
it.
not that daunting. Chad is going to make a big list so you can just sift through and put a bunch of happy faces or eggplants or whatever you want.
to.
Comment
Whatever.
whatever you want. It's all good. It's all good.
Yes, of course. And any other recommendations you guys have for things you'd like to hear us talk about or
Please.
topics we'd like to discuss, we're always open to it. We love doing these. They're so much fun. And I feel like each week they kind of get like more and more fun in a weird way. And yeah, I've had such a good time with
Because at
these.
this point we're just trying to like all right, how can I get the biggest reaction?
Well, that's it. We're trying to
trick
do each other.
Well, I think we learned that the most viewed episode was about sex.
Involved
So
sex.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
we should just
Sexy
put sex in
movies.
everything.
We know
Yeah,
our
cool.
audience, like, yeah, for real.
No kidding.
But no, it really is so much fun. And like, it kind of shocks me, I guess, in a way that we had no crossover tonight with any of this because we
Right.
had crossover in the past. And I feel like as we move like forward through all of this, we kind of are coming up with less and less crossover, which I think is even more interesting because it's sending people away with like so many things to watch if they want to. And like if you're on our vibe and our wavelength and are identifying with any of us or all of us and what we watch, then I think it's so cool to have kind of like all these new things that maybe you haven't seen before or haven't seen in a long time to go back and revisit or visit for the first time. And it's just,
Memories.
yeah, cool and fun, man. All right. Anybody else have anything else they want to say before we get the fuck out of here tonight?
Hmm.
No.
All
Are we
right.
looking
There it
forward
is.
to anything or
Oh, I was just looking at movies for this coming weekend, and if I'm being honest, I don't even remember what I looked at earlier. There's so much shit on my fucking plate that like I don't even know what's happening. So movie wise, I am mildly a dead body, which is like kind of weird because I'm usually not that, but
You're
been
busy.
out. Yeah, busy.
Life happens.
God, she's a bitch sometimes,
She can be.
but it's becoming a little bit more normal. So we're here for that.
Every day, everywhere.
That's it.
Well, thanks for joining us, everybody, and thank you all for the Twitter
Mhm.
All the Twitter
Yes.
people, thanks
For
for playing
sure.
along, and we'll hit you up with something to participate in with next week.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. All right. Good night, y'all. See you next week.
Bye.
Coos.